T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All three engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're listening to the Twisted 10, bringing you original and unique, host-created top 10 lists, recorded live in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida, with hosts Tach Van Sickle and Adam Poston.
Welcome to the Twisted 10, where we come up with insane top 10 lists and discuss. I am one of your hosts. My name is Tach, and with me, as always, is...
the famous Adam. All right, maybe not famous, but the Adam of the show.
The Adam. What does that mean, the Adam?
I don't know. After I said it, it was instant regret. Does that tell you anything?
Instant regret.
It's kind of like my love life sometimes.
All right, so this is episode 1. For those of us who don't know us, maybe we should just take a minute and just kind of
certainly
introduce ourselves. So go ahead, Adam.
All right.
Who are you?
I'm Adam. I'm a host of another podcast called Living Podcariously, and Tach does that with me as well. I'm a Cancer. I like long walks on the beach. I like holding hands with other guys. Well, no. That's not what I meant. No, I'm your typical guy. I'm a 36-year-old IT geek working in government contracting. I'm a surfer. I like to go out to the beach and hit the waves every once in a while. I've got a 12-year-old son. His name is Josh. He's an awesome kid. Love him. And yeah, that's kind of me in a nutshell. I'm kind of a geek, but I'm a guy's guy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a guy.
So you're a guy.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, and I'm Tach, and I do live in Podcariously with Adam as well, and I also have another podcast which I do with 3 other friends called Taint Funny. And so I'm a podcaster, a filmmaker, audio engineer, musician, a dad.
Man, I feel a little undervalued now, maybe.
No, but I'm a geek too. I'm like a huge movie buff nerd. I'm a Star Wars geek.
I wear size 11 shoes. Does that help at all?
It's bigger than me.
All right.
So.
Okay.
But anyway, so we decided to do this little podcast. Adam came up with doing a top 10 list, and I thought it was an interesting concept.
Tach came up with a good idea, and instead of us reading somebody else's top 10 list and commenting or critiquing on their top 10 list, Tach said, pick the topic, and then we're going to come up with our own top 10 list inside.
Yeah, we had to do homework. Yeah, so today, I was finishing working on this today, and I was running out of time before I had to come over here. And I was like, because I have all this writing.
Holy shit, dude, that's more show notes than I've ever put on a tablet before.
And then you'll see it's smaller and smaller as it ran out of time. I was like, that's good enough. It's fine. And then hopefully we'll just banter more than I have.
Okay, no problem. I'm down.
Okay, so let's talk religion.
Oh, shit. Right off the bat, if you're going to pick topics that are going to be debatable, you're going to go pit bulls. They're always, safe or not safe.
I can talk about pit bulls all day.
You're going to pick politics and you're going to pick religion. So, all right, Tach.
Let's talk religion. Fuck it,
by the way, something that's important to know, we don't know these. The other host of the show picks the topic and sets the top 10. The other host doesn't know the content until the day of the live recording. So what you're getting
sometimes maybe not at all.
Granted.
Next episode, I have no clue what top 10 list you're bringing to the next episode.
Okay.
And I kind of like it. I like the surprise factor.
Spontaneity at its best.
I wouldn't say as a religious man.
No, so I'm a different. So you've got your categories. You've got devout, irrelevant to the religion. You've got your devout, so Muslim, Christian, whatever. Right. You've got your opposite end of that is atheist, doesn't believe in shit. Lights out, you're done, no afterlife at all.
Right.
Agnosticism is in between, kind of more leaning towards atheism, that they don't believe because they can't be proven to believe in a certain thing. I'm a little different. I'm an agnostic theist. So I absolutely believe that there is something after lights out for humanity. I definitely believe that, but I absolutely don't believe in any conventional religion that's out there right now. It's not that it can't be proven to me. That's the proof is absolutely important, but it's not that I don't believe that it can't be proven. I just believe man has molested religion so bad that
Right.
everything that we believe in religion now is so convoluted and out there just to control society. So I'm agnostic theist. So
I'm somewhat the same way too. I'm a little bit agnostic. I do come from like a science background. I'm not like a scientist, but I mean like science proves or disproves, debunks a lot of things that is normal with like Christianity and stuff like that or whatever. So I question a lot of things still. I don't know 100% where I'm at. But I'm there's got to be something out there. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to find myself.
So my particular angle that I like the most right now is the theory that ties together quantum entanglement theory. Oh, by the way, we are not a religious podcast. This just happens to be the first topical
Right.
top
yes,
10.
Yes.
But the
No,
theory,
we still speak French. We say fuck. And
yes. The theory that ties together quantum entanglement theory with the potential of having a religious implication. I am fascinated with that idea. I won't get too much into those details.
No.
If you're interested in that, look it up. Quantum entanglement theory and religion. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Right. We talked about each other's our own little religious, what we believe or whatever. Now, your typical other religions out there. You got Christianity, Jewish, like you already mentioned a few.
Sure, yeah.
So, and with some of those come with their own kind of quirky. Well, anyway, the list I put together is top 10 crazy religions or religious practices. Now, some of these we don't need to talk about, such as like exorcisms. That's like with the Catholicism and stuff like that.
How good is that going into me saying being man molesting religion? That's okay, cool.
And there's also things like voodoo, which we already know about. Spiritualism, which that involves like mediums and stuff like that. Scientology, that's a whole episode on its own, which we're not going to get into because
okay.
the people of the masses already know about these things. There's also creationism, which I find hilarious and I would love to discuss, but people already know about creationism.
Right.
That's about the whole Earth is only 10,000 years old and man and dinosaurs live together and all this kind of crazy, weird, crazy Christian stuff. Are you familiar with the Are you familiar with the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster theory and all that kind of stuff?
I love it.
For those of you who don't know about that one, this is a guy named Bobby Henderson.
Is this number 10?
No, this is no.
This is not even part of the list?
No,
Okay.
It's not part of the list. Because, it's not really a real religion. But
Are any of them? Sorry. We're losing all of our religious faith believers right now.
Well, the way this guy Bobby Henderson, there was talk of teaching creationism in schools, and there's the whole separation from church and state, which I fully believe in. It's where this country was founded. And so this guy Bobby Henderson said, no, that's not right. Well, if you're going to teach that, then you need to teach my religion in school too, and they said, well, what's your religion, Bobby?
Yeah.
Well, my religion is the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. And so they're like, that's not a thing. Like, oh, no, it is. So this guy built a whole backstory. This whole thing, he fought to have this taught in school alongside creationism. And by the way, do you know what the proper attire is for the Spaghetti Monster
No,
church?
I don't know this much about it.
It's pirate wear. So he fought and said that if you can teach creationism, you can teach Spaghetti Monster. And so finally they agreed to veto both. So.
Oh, wow. So
yeah, it was good. He won. I mean,
but that's still now as a website. You can still go research
Yeah,
the
there's
Church of the
still-
Flying Spaghetti.
oh
Monster.
yeah, there's still all kinds of stuff. The guy did homework on this.
Nice.
He did a whole backstory. He did. Yeah,
It's funny. I
It's
love
impressive.
I love the character. It's a little fucking flying.
It's
you
literally-
see spaghetti with the eyeballs, and it's just
meatballs
Yeah. Oh, it's
for
horrible.
eyes, and it's hilarious.
Well, good
So
on him.
Anyway, that's our intro.
All right.
We're about to take a quick little break here. When we come back, we're going to begin our top 10 list on crazy religions and religious practices.
Sweet.
By the way, there was way more than 10 here. I came across at least 30. I had to pick from I could do another top 10 list just on this altogether. But when we come back, we're going to start with number 10. This is no particular order, by the way. It's just in whatever order. And so we will be right back.
Sweet. And we are not sponsored by Yinling, but that's what I'm going to get.
And welcome back to the Twisted 10.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And what we're talking about today is crazy religions and religious practices. Are you ready to get started?
Let's do this.
All right, number 10. This is in
exciting.
no particular order, but this is one that everybody knows about, but it's just to start us off light.
You're gonna start the Band-Aid just by pulling up the edge on me, huh?
Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna do? All right.
So I'm going to do it. We're gonna talk about the Manson family.
Which one?
Manson family.
Oh, Manson family. Okay.
The whole helter-skelter stuff.
Oh,
do you
man.
know a lot about that?
I do. I know enough to have a conversation about it, but no, I don't know all the intricacies behind that whole cult. What happened? No.
I know a little bit. I did some research. Okay, Manson himself was a self-titled guru, and borrowed philosophy from, I guess, what's called the Process Church. Basically, what it is those members believe that Satan would be forgiven by Jesus, and the two of them would judge humanity together.
I
don't know. Never heard of it before.
Processed church. They also do processed cheese, right? I mean, is that the same assembly line? I'm just kidding. Continue.
Yeah. So in the late 1960s, Charles Manson led a commune that committed a series of 9 murders at 4 locations, and this surprised me. It was only over the course of 5 weeks, and that was it.
Really?
I thought it was much longer than that, but I guess not.
Huh.
And that was in the summer of 69.
Summer of 69. Hey, so I got a question on that. Why is, and this isn't necessarily tied to Manson, but why is it that any of these cult leaders, any of them that have the religious whole devoted group that follows them and, whatever, why is it that they, for whatever reason, turn into pedophiles? Somehow they always have sex with underage girls. What the fuck is that all about?
I don't know. I think it's where it starts, and they want to justify it, so they make a religion out of it.
They build a religion around their pedophilia.
Maybe.
Okay.
It's a good question, though.
Because Manson had a couple underage
Did he?
in his group, didn't he?
I mean,
I don't know. Don't kill me, Manson lovers. I don't know.
I don't know.
If you're listening to this, my name is Ron. It's a listener of our show. Sorry, Ron. Love you, buddy.
Let's see here. Manson believed what he called helter-skelter, a term which he took from a Beatles song, to be an impending apocalyptic race war. And he believed the murderers would help cause the war. So
he was angsting it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was trying to get it going.
Huh. All right.
And of course, this is back in the 60s during the whole, civil rights movement stuff going on. And so, I guess if you're going to pick a time to get a race war going.
Is it him that's still alive in jail?
Yeah.
He's still alive,
He's
right?
Still alive, yeah.
And crazy as a fucking loon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a few of the few interviews they were allowed to get with him, and Jesus Christ, that guy's nuts. I said Jesus Christ. That wasn't technically meant for the joke of the religion
right.
top 10. Sorry, I'll sit
funny.
back.
I'd watched a video a while back of him. He was doing it was shortly after he was arrested, and he was doing a press conference, and he was so charming. I could see how he can persuade some of these people.
That's
because
a good point.
When he walked up to these all these press, and he was just like, "Good morning, how are you? Good morning, hey, Look, he looked like he was campaigning.
Looks like a congressman.
Yeah, it's basically,
Johnny, I like the shoes today. I see you wore the gold earrings, Margaret. Yes, that's nice. Very, very good. What the fuck?
Yeah, basically,
would you
kissing hands and shaking babies.
Now I need you to kill the man to your left, please. Thank you.
Yeah. If you can go ahead and do that, that'd be awesome. But that's all I got on Manson.
Okay.
You want to move on?
That Manson's number 10. All right.
Number 10. So number 9, another equally crazy guy.
We need to have a drum roll. Ooh, a drum roll would be good.
Drum roll for each one?
No. I instantly, just like when I said my name, instant regret. Go ahead.
Jim Jones, number 9. Jonestown.
Okay. Yes.
You're familiar with this, yes. Mm-hmm. Most people are. But for those who don't know who Jim Jones was, or Jonestown, the actual name of the group that he led was actually called the People's Temple, led by Jim Jones. It was the mass suicide that killed over 900 people, including children, by drinking the Kool-Aid mixed with cyanide. Yep. And that happened on November 18th, 1978. The People's Temple was a destructive doomsday cult, originally designed as an interracial mission for the sick, homeless, and jobless.
Interracial?
Interracial. So this is also...
Oh, so he's taking a twist of...
Yeah, he's taking a twist.
He's going the other way.
He was all about mixing races together, and there was a lot of interracial couples in the People's Temple.
I like this guy. I mean, he killed a bunch of people, but I like him.
He's great with people.
Yeah.
Great people person.
He's got people skills.
And one thing I read, which I didn't know this was quite interesting, was they actually practiced drinking cyanide and collapsing like a lot. They practiced this.
When you say practice drinking cyanide, did they actually drink little bits of cyanide, or drink some water and say, "Oh, this is water"? This is cyanide. Let's pretend, and then collapsed.
Yeah.
So they were doing dress rehearsals.
Dress rehearsals. So and there's a lot of conspiracy theories that go along with this whole Jonestown thing. And I didn't read this conspiracy theory, but I started thinking of this on my own. Like, I wonder, because there's actually audio of the whole mass suicide happening.
Oh,
did you ever hear it?
Not something I want to hear.
Yeah,
no.
It's him like talking to these 900 people, including children, and he's telling them, drink, and then you hear people like in the background. You hear people, some kids crying. So it's horrible, and it makes me wonder if they thought this was another dress rehearsal. You know what I mean? Like they didn't actually think that they were actually drinking cyanide this time. You know what I mean?
That's interesting. I wonder if they... Well, so I imagine cyanide tastes completely different than water. I wonder if they slowly ramped up their water to something like you ended up with just the day before you do the actual show, your dress rehearsal was like Bacardi 151 or something like, oh, God, this burns. God. That's what I feel like in a bar. I feel like it's cyanide.
All right, so
horrible joke. Horrible joke to make about dead kids. I'm sorry. That is not the angle that I was thinking.
You had me
there.
at dead kids. That's horrible.
Oh my God! So you hear kids crying, and you hear like bodies collapsing, or
well,
I don't even
hear bodies collapsing. But
did he let the bodies hit the floor? Come on, I had to. If you got to find comedy in it somewhere, I will certainly find the comedy in it.
I'm the same way. Trust me.
All right.
Mostly comedy in my head. I can't say out loud. So that's number 9, Jim Jones, Jonestown.
Man, we're moving this up quick.
Yeah, this is going fast.
No, not time wise. You're ramping it up. The scale is moving up.
Okay, so number 8, the next one you may have heard about it. You go way back, not way back, but this is in our lifetime now. I mean, the last one was too, but
you want me to guess?
Anyway, no.
Well, you can if you want. I might guess one of the other ones. No,
yeah,
I won't guess.
Okay, so another one is another crazy little religion that was in the news a lot. This is back in the 90s.
I think I know it.
Heaven's Gate.
Yep, okay.
Another mass suicide. Not quite as big.
Yeah, this was what, like 200 or 300?
Well, the interesting thing I read too about the Jonestown one was over 900 people, mass suicide, which at the time that was the most Americans killed in any in any like one spot or whatever, I guess, on American soil, I think. Well, and then now it just got overshadowed by 9/11.
Well, hang on, because Pearl Harbor exceeded that considerably.
Did it?
Yeah, Pearl Harbor was like 2,400 people.
I don't know. That's just what I read. So I don't know.
It's a bad source. Bad source. Or maybe it's me being wrong. I instantly regretted that too. Maybe I was wrong there.
Maybe you can look it up.
All right, let me look up number of deaths.
And I will read about Heaven's Gate real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so Heaven's Gate, for those who don't know, on March 26, 1997, a mass suicide, 39 dead. It's this crazy guy, Marshall Herff, made his followers believe he was Christ-like. They believed that Earth was going to end and their bodies were vessels and were just temporary. And they needed to commit suicide to be moved on to the next level. They believe a spacecraft rode on the tail of a comet that was coming near Earth very soon.
It's also called Hale-Bopp, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think maybe that was the name of the comet.
I'm not sure. And they had to give up all human-like characteristics, so that's when they had that creepy haircut. They all wore the Nike shoes and the sweatsuits and everything. But they also had to give up things like family, friends, their sexuality.
What do you mean give it up?
A lot of the men got castrated.
Ho!
Yeah, so...
Ho! I'm out!
Yeah. Jobs, money, possessions, they had to give all this. And this guy, Marshall, bought this or rented, I guess, this mansion in California, and that's where they all stayed. And they would do things for income. What they also did was he might be up your alley here. They were all like IT experts. They were all like building websites and shit like that to make as income for Heaven's Gate.
When was it? 92 or 93?
What, 97?
97. All right, so that's at the very, very beginning of
very early on
the .com boom.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's what they were doing. They were building websites for income into this and kind of support and pay for the bills and shit like that for the house.
By the way, the number of casualties during Pearl Harbor, I was off a little bit, was 1,177 crewmen killed during Pearl Harbor. So that's via the History Channel.
Well, probably a better source than probably some dumbass.com or whatever I read it off of.
Oh, shit. By the way, Tach, you now have an FBI file on you because of the search you did for that top 10 list.
Probably.
What religion can I go create? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
It's so funny too, like if you go back to Scientology, like the guy that created Scientology and Dianetics and
L. Ron Hubbard?
I don't remember his name, but
L. Ron Hubbard.
I know he was said as quoting before all this.
I know exactly the quote you're going to do. Go for it.
I think so. It great. Like if you want to be like a billionaire, you create a religion or something like that.
His quote was, "If you want to be wealthy, invent a religion."
Yep.
What a great
Sure enough.
Da-da-da! Da-da-da! There it is.
plan.
Yes. And now is born Scientology. Yes.
Yes. God.
Fucking goobers.
Oh
I mean, don't kill me, Scientology lovers. I don't want Tom
Cruise
Cruise knocking on my door.
Stay away. Oh my God! And as Tom Cruise, he'll crash through the window or scale down the building or something.
Or he'll jump on my couch a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Remember the Oprah?
Yeah.
They made fun of him in one of the scary movies. I think one of the spoof
probably,
comedies.
I'm not sure. I can't remember. Anything on Heaven's Gate?
What? Anything? What?
Anything? Questions? Queries?
No, I think it was called Hale-Bop. I think the comment behind it was called that they were fascinated with, or whatever was called Hale-Bop. And there are, just being in the industry that I work in, there's so many thousands of comments. And, in our lifetime, we're going to have another 5 or 6 that we'll see with the naked eye, because this one was visible with the naked eye for weeks or however long it was. Yeah, fucking wackadoos. It's a ball of fucking ice going through the sky. It's not a goddamn,
Yeah, but this was a UFO on the tail of it, though.
Oh, my God. Fucking lunatics.
There are tons of alien and UFO cults out there. I just handpicked a few.
Yeah.
A couple.
No, I get that. The whole killing yourself and being transported on that is the part that bothers me, but hey, whatever.
It almost had me sold. All this research I was doing, I was like, that's it.
Give me the purple cape and the Kool-Aid. I'm Xenu, here I come. Yeah.
All right, moving on. Number 7.
All right.
This one I'd never heard of before, and I found it interesting. This is actually going to be on the island of Tana. Tana? I don't know how you say it.
T-A-N-U?
No, T-A-N-N-A.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah. You had a couple letters, right?
Ta-na-na.
And this is like with a tribe of people. So they're very primitive, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
Somewhat primitive, anyway.
Disattached from civilization.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what's called the Prince Philip movement. Have you heard about this?
No.
Oh, okay.
Is this Prince Albert? I know what that is.
No.
Not the same?
Okay, do you know who Prince Philip was?
Nah, I have no idea.
Okay, he was married to Queen Elizabeth II. I guess the same queen that's going on right now.
That's recent then. Is she the second?
I guess, because this is in the 70s.
Yeah,
well, the story took place in the 70s.
Yeah, that's the same queen. She's the same one that's been around.
Yeah.
You know how I know that? National Lampoon's European Vacation, because it's the same queen there that's in.
Right.
That's how I associate things.
It's been the same queen my whole life. So. Yep. Okay, so the way the prophecy goes, according to this tribe, I don't remember the name of the tribe. I forgot to write it down. But these people, it says the spirit of this active volcano on this island was joined with a white man, and their offspring would travel to the world and marry a queen.
Wait a minute, isn't this the plot of Joe versus the volcano? Hang on a minute. Do they jump in and then they get saved on some big suitcases at the end? Yeah, exactly. No, I'm sorry.
the offspring will marry a queen, and that offspring man will one day return to the village. Okay. So that's their prophecy.
Okay.
That was written in their whatever. So that story went down generation after generation. Okay. So here comes Prince Philip. Well, of course, I don't know if he was prince back then. I don't know. Anyway. So he actually married Queen Elizabeth. He married a queen. And they had actually visited the village, coincidentally, in 1972, therefore fulfilling their prophecy.
Huh.
So therefore, this tribe worships Prince Philip.
Really?
It's just some dude. And they have pictures of this guy. They have like a whole, they built like this little, I guess a temple kind of a thing where it's just pictures of him and stuff like that. And they've sent him a gift, like some sort of staff or something from this tribe. And he sent a picture
Oh, please
back.
say it's one of those penis staffs that go over the
No, I know what you're talking
Aboriginal.
about. No.
Yeah, you know.
It may
What I
have
mean?
been, I don't know, but he was sitting there holding it, and he sent a picture back to them of him holding it. This is the fucked up part. Prince Philip, would never once ever said, "No, please, I'm
not a deity.
I am but just a normal man." He just was like, "No, that's cool. They think I'm badass. Whatever. Hey, let me send you some pictures of me. I'll sign them. And that's it. So they continue.
Those are some bragging rights if you go into a bar. Hey, I got an island of worshipers. What do you got?
Yeah. So, and they still to this day, worship and see him as a deity, as C-3PO, the golden god. I mean, that's how they see
exactly.
him.
Oh, that's funny.
And it's nuts.
Are they, do they have any hot, Pocahontas type? I mean, that's insensitive, but you know what I mean? I'm trying to picture an island girl. Maybe that's why he doesn't knock down that deity symbol.
These women are more the kind that that tuck in their breasts into their pants. So.
Now, I know this sounds ignorant of me, but I don't know British, hierarchy or history. Is he still alive? Because the queen ain't
no,
kicking it. He's dead now, right?
He passed away. I'm not sure when or how.
Did they all kill themselves when that happened?
No.
Okay.
They still worship him, I guess. And
I've got royal, and this is no joking aside. I actually have royal blood.
Do you?
I'm a direct descendant of Lord Byron Nelson.
Who is that?
I don't know, but I know. I'm hoping to be like John Goodman and inherit a kingdom someday.
Right.
Somebody knocks on the door.
Somebody's going to come to you like, you are the only living kin.
Yeah. You're now the king of England because of some fucking law that we've got over here. And I'm this fucking fat American that goes over to England. And
King Ralph.
Yeah, exactly. That was the movie. Yeah, it's exactly right. Hey, maybe it'll happen. Probably a better chance of winning the Powerball.
Yeah, but there's some stupid ass freaking reality show about that. Have you seen that?
About what? About
that some random dude supposedly he's
really?
royalty, and it's him adjusting to royalty. It's just King Ralph, but a scripted reality show. Of course, most reality shows are scripted, but this is very scripted.
Yeah, isn't that sad?
It's ridiculous because I've seen a lot of reality shows, and about 99% of them are scripted, and you can tell, especially me being in the industry, I know how to shoot things. I know. And you'll see something happening and you're like, there's no way that actually happened. And especially they got two angles from that when there's only one cameraman there. I was like, there's no way.
I know we're segueing off of the bit,
okay.
But have you ever heard an interview with Flava Flav? Now, I'm not talking about his personality on a show or something, but an actual interview with him that's outside of his personality. He turns that character on and off like a fucking light switch. He'll be ready to, all right, Mr. Flav, we have your mic ready, and do you need any water or anything? I'm good. I don't need anything at all. I'm good. And as soon as the mic and cameras goes on, what's up, boy? He busts out into the character with a big fucking what? Yeah, that is your reality star because it's so completely fake. I don't think there are any. I liked Big Brother. That was about the only one that was
I like Big Brother too. Yeah,
somewhat live, and you got to see boobs every once in a while. I mean, that was kind of cool too.
I do like Big Brother. This last season of Big Brother was the first time I ever watched it.
I didn't watch this last season.
Oh, and I enjoyed it, and I didn't know Ron was such a huge fanatic for that show, and so he was kind of talking me through it, and it was cool. Me and my daughters watched it over the summer. Great show. I loved it.
Very cool. What number are we on?
Next one is number 6.
Number 6.
So, coincidentally, we're not going too much further. We're staying on the island of Tana.
Oh, what?
So, yeah.
How big is this fucking island? It's the continent of Asia.
I don't know, but apparently it's an island of misinformed. The island of the misinformed.
That's the Dominican Republic, my friend.
So
I've got no joke there. I just thought of an island. I didn't.
I got you. So this is another group, another tribal group, somewhat primitive group, a people. I don't know how big this island is. I mean, I don't know.
All right. Flipping the tablet
We're
open. We're going to look this up. See, this is technology at its finest and live podcasting. How big is the island of, what's its name?
Tanna. Tanna.
All right, Ron, this is for you. The very first thing I put in when I type in Tanna that my Google search wants to autocorrect me
is to... Sorry. This is from TED 2 again. Segue back to TED 2 when I was talking about it earlier. I was talking about it in the last podcast. But anyway, because they said like everything you look up like always seems to go to black cocks. He's like, look, I'll look up this, and then he shows his phone and it says, did you mean black cocks? Anyway, sorry.
The first thing Tana wants to type to is Tannehill. So that's for you. That's the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins.
Oh.
All right, so let's see.
You mean it's not Marino anymore? Oh, no, awesome. Wait, no, he left, and then it was Joe Montana. That's right. I'm sorry, Joe Montana.
Man, you even fucked up the bad joke. I mean, you can fuck up a wet dream. All right, so let's see. Population, okay, so their population as of 2009 was 28,799. So that's... Okay,
so there's room for a couple different
tribes. Density is 36 square kilometers, so it's not so big. It's a little small. I think they had a picture up here. Oh, it's an archipelago. Okay, so it's not just one little island. There's several islands in it, from what it looks like. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't...
yeah.
Now the FBI has a fucking profile on me after looking up a picture of the Tana, whatever.
Yeah, I told you.
They look like island. I mean, your typical detached tribe of island folk. I mean, there's no
it's
other.
Kind of because I didn't notice that too. They wear like the grass skirts, like you would see like in Hawaii and stuff.
Yeah, a little bit of maybe Polynesian influence.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that right off the bat. Prince Philip movement. Yep, cargo cult. Huh.
Yeah,
right.
Well, yeah, that's another thing is the cargo cults, which I kept seeing that too, and this actually has a lot to do with this next one.
Oh, I'm sorry, not to interrupt you. It's just off the coast of Australia. It's east of Australia, probably by 4,000. No, not quite that far. Probably by about 1,000 or 1,500 miles, but it's off the Australian coast. Well, no wonder they're detached. Australia doesn't exist in... fuck that joke all up.
Try again.
Damn it. Australia sucks. Okay, continue. That's all I got.
Australia sucks. Okay, so number 6. This is also, I didn't know anything about this one. And it was actually some conflicting stories and really how this came to be. And then I finally did through my own research, seeing different things, hearing different stories, and then looking at pictures, which really helped the story, understand the real story and how this started. I finally figured it out, I think. So from what I'm about to say about how this story happened is how I believe it is. You'll hear other stories that kind of conflict, but...
I'm more confused now than when
then let's just get started. Okay, so it's called John Frum. It's F-R-U-M.
F-R-U-N is in Nancy?
M is in...
From. John Frum. Okay.
It's 2 words. John
Frum.
Okay. Also in Tana, John Frum is a somewhat of a kind of a fictional person that these people like worship or whatever.
Okay.
And he's depicted as an American World War II soldier. And their prophecy, I guess, if you will, is that he will bring wealth and prosperity for those who believe in him. They celebrate and honor him by dressing as American servicemen. Wear USA, they paint like USA on their chests.
I have heard this now. Yeah. I remember watching a history special on this or something. Okay, I remember this.
Yeah, they carry around the American flag and they actually fly the colors. They actually have 3 poles. And like during this whole ceremony they do where they'll march around and hold like these bamboo shoots that look like rifles, and they'll march and they'll raise like the colors. You know, they'll raise the American flag along with I think it might be the Navy flag for like a Marine. And then I forget what the American Red Cross is another flag. It's like a whole ceremony. I actually watched it on YouTube. It's pretty interesting. The reason how this came to be started back in the 40s from World War II. The United States was there. They had set up camps and everything. They were very impressed on how they saw black soldiers, how they were treated as equals alongside white men. Like they slept in the same tents, they all ate together, and they were just impressed, like, wow, look how these Americans, they're equals, And they also had all their supplies and abundance of goods and things like that that were brought in for the soldiers and everything. From what we believe, the story goes, is I think that they had met one of the soldiers, and they were trying to talk to them, and they talked to him, and I think the soldier may have gave him some supplies or something like that. And so they said, well, what's your name? And he said, I'm John from America. So they took that as John from.
John from.
Okay. And so now they're hoping that one day John from will return and bring more goods for them.
Huh.
So that's what I got from the story. You'll hear other conflicting stories and they were also like American Red Cross. They were part of that. The soldiers were, so that's another flag they fly. So I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's an interesting, cause I'd heard something very similar to that, but it had to do with cargo shipments or something that were dropped off there. And
yeah, something along those lines too.
They got materials out of there, and that's where they got some of the influences.
Yeah.
And then they just simply witnessed soldiers' performances, and they mimicked those things.
Yeah.
Imitation is the largest form of flattery, so they were trying to imitate their, deity or their...
Right, and John From can be depicted as a black soldier or a white soldier, so there's nothing really specific on that.
Maybe I'll go for that for Halloween next year. What's your character? I'm John From... What? From what? No, that's it.
That's it, just John From.
Let me tell you the story. Listen to our podcast. Or I could go as a podcaster for Halloween.
They just look like everybody else.
I'm just a big fat guy sitting in a room. I mean, I'm good. I'm there already.
We're there. Perfect.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Oh, cool.
All right, well, that takes us halfway through our list. Let's take a little break. Anything you want to say before we go to break?
Time to beer back up, man.
Beer back up.
As our friends would say, beer's up.
Oh, that's true. Beer's up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to Twisted 10. If you're just joining us, which I don't know why you would be, because that's weird.
You'd have to play and then skip to the middle. Or
15. Well, we're talking about some crazy religions and religious practices. Just a reminder, let's go back through the top 5 again one more time, which was the Manson family. Number 10, no particular order, by the way. Number 9 is Jim Jones and Jonestown. Number 8, Heaven's Gate. Number 7 is...
You just giggled because you rhymed, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a poet and wasn't even aware.
Oh, damn it.
Number 7, Prince Philip movement. And number 6 is John From.
John from where, dude? I'm just kidding. That joke died a long time ago.
All right, this next one is, I don't know how real this is, but it's also right up
wait
your
a minute.
alley.
To be fair, how many of these are actually real?
Right.
Let's face it. I mean, how many religions in general are real? I mean, come on.
Right. This is one that you may want to join.
Oh,
this might be right up your alley.
Hey, look, I'm all for, I'm very open-minded, Tach. Very open-minded. Not like dude on dude kind of open-minded, but I'm open-minded.
Oh, well.
You're leaving now? Where are you, Tach? Where you going, buddy?
That cancels what I was going to do with you. So I'm not sure how to pronounce this. I never really listened to the pronunciation, but I don't know if it's from Sweden. I don't know if it's Kopimism or Copimism. I don't know.
How do you spell it?
It's Kopimism.
Copimism.
Ism. Ism. So
Copimism. Okay.
I'm going to guess Kopimism, but then again it's Swedish, so I don't know. Okay, so this is where this is a I don't know what the word is. Anyway, I'll just say it's all about file sharing, computer file sharing.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
It's a religion.
Hold the fucking train.
Well, let me give you some backstory.
All right.
All right. File sharers, that's what they're called, believe that copying information is a sacred virtue. The religion has finally been officially recognized by the Swedish government. You want to know what their symbol is?
Oh God! Please let it be one of those little file folders on the computer.
Well, the main symbol is a yin and a yang, but within each yin and yang, as I shit you not, it says Control C and Control V. No joke. That is their symbol.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, so they're not Mac. So Mac users cannot be part of this religion.
That's what I said. I was like, this is bullshit. Because I'm a Mac guy. That would be Command C, Command V.
Yeah, exactly. If this religion is built around file sharing through PCs, does that make file sharing through Macs the devil? Is that?
Ooh.
I bet you that's the villain of this
It's
of
probably
this religion.
it. Yeah, like probably have a prophecy of some guy named Mac that comes through and
Yep. But it's spelled M-A-K or something. Yeah. That guy Mac. Poor Mac, he's got a bad name.
So I really don't have much on it. That's really all I have written down for that one, but it's, I don't know.
Dude, that's...
I don't get
I gotta
it.
look that up
Yeah,
real quick. I want to see the symbol too.
I was like, there's no freaking way. I mean, this is another spaghetti monster thing. I was thinking,
aren't they all though?
But like the Swedish government finally recognized it as an actual religion.
KOP?
KOPIMISM.
Yeah, right there it is.
You see the symbol?
It's pulling up.
Pulling up? What the fuck?
Missionary Church of Copimism. Oh, they have a Facebook page.
Copyism? Well, let's go check it out. Let's like it.
Control C, Control V. God damn. The circulation of knowledge is sacred. The first church of Pirate Bay. That's another story underneath it.
I read somewhere that they did not have any affiliation with Pirate Bay.
Oh yeah, because that's the devil. Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, you know who they're actually, you know what, who their devil probably is? It's probably Lars Ulrich.
Wouldn't. Oh yeah, because he is anti-piracy. Yeah, that's a good point. You know, when I heard that the first time, allegedly, I went and downloaded every Metallica song I could find.
You're a dick.
And shared it with all my friends. Fuck them. Can't stop technology. Allegedly, I didn't actually do this, Tach. I did it for real. Yeah, you did. All right. Church is based in Sweden. Has been officially recognized by the Swedish Legal, Financial, and Administrative Services Agency. I mumbled through all that. This beer's good. The followers of the religion are called copimists. From copy me. A copimist. Oh, that's the translation. A copimist. A copimist intellectual is a person who has the philosophical belief that all information should be freely distributed and unrestricted. I may like this guy. The philosophy opposes the monopolization of knowledge in all its forms, such as copyright, and encourages the file sharing of all types of media, including music, movies, TV shows, and software. Well, this is essentially just communism, though.
Oh, and their Jesus is probably Snowden. That guy Snowden.
Yeah, he would definitely be up there. In its spiritual emphasis on copying as an ideal, copimism shares values with Chinese aesthetic. Fuck. I'm going to fuck this word up. Chinese aesthetic traditions in which copying is valued not only as a learning tool, as it is in the West, but as a artistically satisfying in its own right, a concept also called duplicature. Duplicature. Whatever. Duplicating. God damn it.
Right.
So yeah, they think that all information should be shared. That's an interesting way to spin religion, though. Huh. I like it in concept. I don't like it because there are some things that the public should not know.
Yeah.
I mean, the Freedom of Information Act in that right could be viewed as a religious doctrine then.
It's the Bible.
All these guys are a bunch of dudes standing around a room somewhere sharing files and porn with each other. That's all, sharing movies and porn. That's all they're doing. Yeah. You fucking goobers. Hey, you know what though? I'm on board. I like them. Out of all the religions I've ever heard thus far, that one's got my backing. I'm a copimist. I like it.
All right, ready to move on?
Yeah. That was number 5.
What's number 5. Number 4. which is a little more mainstream. A lot of people I know about this. I was just going to write it up there at the top with like, we already know about it. Let's move on to something else. But a lot of people don't know really what it's about. So I decided to write a little thing about it here. But it's LaVeyan Satanism.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Anton
so some
LaVey.
people think, Satanism, oh, you worship the devil. Well, that's not really what it is.
Yeah, right, correct.
So,
and again, I don't think, and I think I speak for both of us here, but we don't endorse emphatically any of these religious practices or beliefs.
No.
These are just some of the ones that that in this particular list that Tach thinks is noteworthy of making the top 10.
Right.
Okay.
So Anton LaVey started this in 1966. He wrote the Satanic Bible, all this kind of crazy shit. All it really is, to sum it up, is just a narcissistic religion. Just basically, okay, I'll read what it says. It's an atheistic religion where they don't believe in God, they don't believe in the devil, or any kind of supernatural being in any way. Instead, Satan, quotations, is viewed as a positive archetype who represents pride, carnality, liberty, enlightenment, undefiled wisdom. It's basically just a narcissistic ideology. Basically saying that I am the shit and that's who I am. So it's kind of like a vegan.
You're comparing Anton LaVey and the religion he created to veganism?
Veganism.
I mean, vegans are crazy, but I don't. That's a stretch.
The vegans are very narcissistic. They like to let you know that they're vegans.
That's a good point. I see the narcissism bend that you just took there.
Right.
I kind of like that.
I mean, there's a Satanic Bible. There's even the Satanic Church that Anton LaVey started, and I just don't get it. Was it just a bunch of dudes in a room with like a huge mirror? I don't know.
I think it's something important to point out that Anton LaVey obviously was an author. He was also a musician, and he was a carny.
Carny.
Let's point
Shocking.
out he was a carny, a circus and carnival performer. So, the same guy that hustles me out of $20 when I'm throwing darts at a fucking wall to win a 6 fucking cent prize for a girl.
Right.
Yeah, that's the same kind of guy that made up this religion.
Is that the same guy that also tries to get me to do a ring toss where I can possibly get Bart Simpson on a mirror?
Yes, it is. That's the same guy.
Is it next to the guy that has the half arm on a stick when he runs the tilt-a-whirl?
No, he's the quality control inspector.
he's the QA guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
This could be fun. We could just name, the goofy guys we see at carnivals. How about the guy that works on the what's the big Ferris wheel? He's the complete perv that tries to look up the dresses of all the girls to get on the wheel. That true story that actually happened when I took my date out to the carnival in Merritt Island. Yeah, straight perv. Like, you remember seeing, was it Billy Madison when Adam Sandler has to go back to school through all the grades,
right?
And Chris Farley is the school bus driver, and he holds Adam back and he looks up the skirt. It's almost the same guy that works the carnival at the fucking mall that we went to that has the it was bad. Oh, it was really bad.
It's also the same guy that also works at the flea market that sells ninja stars and swords.
You know what though? If you go to a flea market and don't find a ninja star or a sword for sale somewhere in there at like $10 off, I mean, you're at the wrong flea market. I hate to tell you this, you got to have a flea market that has ninja stars or
if you can't find the ninja
swords.
star store in the flea market, it's usually right next to the shop that sells all the dragon stuff.
Yeah, dragon, yeah. So
anything
just out of
dragons.
Who let the word out to all the knockoff like Chinese market shit that flea market is where they need to dump all their stuff? Because the last couple of times I've been to the flea market, all it's been, I mean, normally I would like to see people's like yard sale shit at the flea market too, but it's just been rows and rows and rows of like, and I say Chinese stereotypically and probably a little bit racistly, but Asian people that have just oodles and oodles of fake Air Jordans and fucking Ginsu knives and Tupperware and just all this bullshit that like fell off the back of a truck somewhere that they just happen to throw out on this, and it's rows and rows and rows of them. Man, we took some segues there. We just
No,
jumped
that's
from
cool.
we jumped from Anton LaVey to Asians in a flea market. What other podcast can you listen to that's going to jump from Anton LaVey to Asians?
You
in a
don't
flea
see the
market?
connection. You don't see that.
That should be the show title. Anton LaVey to Asian flea market. Yes. All right. Oh, cool.
So yeah, anything else about Anton LaVey or Satanism or anything? I guess there's some sort of. I was in a hurry when I was at this point because I was already late leaving to come here tonight, and so I was like, oh shit. But I did read something about some sort of magic something or other, I think, mixed in there somewhere. I think it's just another one of those. What's your guy for Scientology?
L. Ron Hubbard.
I think it's another L. Ron Hubbard thing.
Let me give you a quick trivia question on Anton LaVey.
Okay.
Anton LaVey had a brief affair with a then unknown, very famous woman of Hollywood.
So this is
So
back
think
in
about
the
the era.
60s?
Let's see if it actually gives me an actual date. Yeah, it's definitely in the 60s.
We're not going to go with an obvious like Marilyn Monroe or anything.
Bam, nailed it right off the bat.
wow.
Marilyn Monroe. He allegedly had a brief affair with the unknown Marilyn Monroe when she was a dancer at the Mayan Theater. She was doing burlesque shows.
You know, this is also. Do you know the difference between the LaVeyan Satanism versus like the Aleister Crowley Satanism? I don't know either, but I'm just saying. I think the Aleister Crowley was actually more of the worshiping Satan as a deity. I think
This is an interesting quote. I did not know that, though, but this is an interesting quote. Never one for theory, LaVey created a belief system somewhere between religion, philosophy, psychology, and carnival, freely appropriating science, mythology, fringe beliefs, and play in the potent mix. The core goal was always indulgence and vital existence based on the devices and desires of the self-made man. That's a quote from Per Faxneld and Jesper Peterson. Just want to make sure that's not Adam's quote from the podcast. That's an interesting quote. Freely appropriating science, mythology, and fringe beliefs. Anyway. All right, Anton LaVey, you're fucking crazy as the rest of them. And if you're going to hunt me down and kill me, my name is Ron.
All right, so moving on to number 3. This is something that I would relate to a little bit more. Jediism.
Sweet. This is where the Star Wars theme music plays and you hear the lightsabers come on.
Boom, boom. Yeah.
I'll start this off for you. Jesus was a Jedi. We'll carry that on later, but go ahead.
So is E.T. Good company.
Oh, I never thought about that.
No, absolutely. They live in the same universe.
Holy shit, you fucking rocked my mind right there.
Well, remember, I didn't
that.
think of this. This is the whole thing was that, okay, you're familiar with both movies?
Yeah, of course.
So, you have, obviously, Steven Spielberg and George Lucas. Well, Steven Spielberg is a part of all of it, So, and you can, if you watch E.T., there's a scene where in Halloween where he sees someone dressed up as Yoda and he's like, "Meow,"
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And also in E.T. they play with Star Wars toys, which is kind of weird. But anyway, and he makes the bike fly. That's him using
The Force.
The Force. Now, George Lucas liked this so much. I don't know if they had planned this out or what, but in the prequels, they actually put E.T. in the prequels, as part of the whole Republic when they had the Jedi Council.
Yeah, when what's her name? Palpamine.
Well, that room where they had
all the little hovering spheres.
Yeah. There was one that had ETs.
Really? Are you serious?
Yeah. It's like a quick little thing that they go through. It's a little Easter egg.
Oh, I'm looking this up.
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit!
Yeah.
E.T. creatures exist in Star Wars. Goddamn, I'm drunk. E.T. creatures exist in Star Wars and can be seen in the Senate chamber.
Yeah.
It's reasonable to assume they know Yoda. Holy shit! Look at that. Oh, that's all the little spoilers right there, or all the Easter eggs right there.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be goddamned. All right, back to the religion.
All right. So the book is the Jedi Code, and yes, there's robes and there's lightsabers and all kinds of stuff like that. But from what I saw, a little YouTube video on this guy explaining it is it's to each his own, however way you want to do it. But it's all mostly just like you would think. The Jedi Code is to always be good and things like that. It's that kind of thing.
Oh, I see what you did there.
What?
Be good. I see what you did there.
Whoa.
I see what you did.
Mind equals blown. I'm like, wow. Yeah, he was a Jedi.
He was a Jedi, yeah.
That's crazy.
However, I never saw Luke Skywalker's finger glow. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe-
then again, Luke Skywalker was human, so...
Maybe E.T. had one up on Luke. Maybe the metachlorian count in E.T.'s blood was off the charts.
Metachlorian counts. Bullshit.
How do you like that?
Bullshit.
Oh.
I really don't know much about Jediism except that. That's about all I know about it. But, you can figure it out.
Yeah.
It's pretty
That's interesting.
self-explanatory.
So Jesus was a Jedi. He walked
Jesus
on
was a
water.
Jedi.
Yeah, he walked on water. He wore the cool fucking cloak. At least that's how they depict him in all the religions.
Exactly.
Oh, and how was Anakin born? Originally?
Without a father.
Without a father. Miraculous conception or whatever. That's Jesus.
There he is.
Jesus wielded a lightsaber.
You did.
I
Indeed.
wield a lightsaber every night. All right, sorry. Continue. That was number 3, right?
That was number 3.
All right,
Number
cool.
2. This one I really didn't have much time to look into, but I kind of get the gist of it. It's called Church of All Worlds.
Interesting.
Church of All Worlds, number 2. This is a neo-pagan cult run by some guy. I'm assuming this is not his actual name. He is American.
some guy.
He is an American. This is an American thing. But the guy's name is Oberon Zell Ravenheart.
That sounds like a Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Well, you're not too far off there, Adam. He's a wizard, and he runs a school of wizardry.
Wait a minute. This is a World of Warcraft mention here, isn't it?
This is Harry Potter.
A world of wizardry?
He runs a school of wizardry where he teaches wizarding stuff.
Levioso, whatever it is.
Yes, indeed.
Oh.
But, he tries to... And this guy, if you look him up, it looks just like a wizard.
So they call Church of All Worlds CAW, C-A-W, CAW. So CAW members called Waterkin espouse... that's the word. I don't know what it actually means. Espouse paganism. So they believe in paganism, like you're saying. But the church is not a belief-based religion. Members experience divinity and honor these experiences while also respecting the views of others. What?
That doesn't sound like religion at all.
They also recognize Gaia, or the Earth Mother Goddess, and the Father God, as well as the realm of fairies and deities of many other pantheons. Wow.
Yeah, the guy was talking about at this school, they teach like chemistry or alchemy, same thing. They also teach other things too, like history, math, regular school stuff too.
They teach religion, evolution, or was that where you were going?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, they teach evolution.
Well, that's good.
Huh.
Finally, a religion I'm on board with. No.
You want to...
No.
What's up? Dumbledore saying, use the Force, Harry.
What the fuck?
Mind blown.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Yep. Another bunch of fucking wackadoos.
Yes. Wackadoos indeed.
All right. What's your number one saving grace for the end?
Number 1, this was in no particular order.
Yeah.
But we're coming back to aliens.
Oh boy.
I know, I get so excited. This is Raelism. Raelism. It's a UFO religion. The mission is to build an embassy for aliens. The leader had an encounter with an alien. This was years ago. And they actually showed in the video I watched the artist's depiction of what the alien that he met in these woods looked like. I swear to God, looked exactly like Michael Jackson. No shit. But they never mentioned it. That's what I don't get. Like, how come he didn't say it looked like Michael Jackson? And they said the leader's face was so beautiful. I mean, the leader said that the alien, his face was so beautiful.
Oh my God.
Did you look it up?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I don't see the Michael Jackson face. There's just some big Oompa Loompa looking motherfucker on their wiki page.
Oompa Loompa.
The Raelian movement teaches that life on Earth was scientifically created by species of extraterrestrials, which are called Elohim, Elohims. Members of the species appeared human when having personal contacts with the descendants of the humans that they made. So this kind of sounds like Prometheus, the sci-fi movie Prometheus.
And their symbol, which I'm a little questionable about their symbol choice, is like this 6-pointed star, kind of like the Star of David, but in the middle, swastika.
Well, really?
Yeah. I don't know why they would
Oh,
choose
that's
that
bizarre.
as a symbol, but whatever.
Well, it depends on the timing, the formation of the church, if it was post or pre the Nazi movement. Because the symbol, the swastika originally was it Buddhist? A Buddhist symbol for peace, peace and tranquility. No, this was post that war, founded in 1974. So, yeah, Aryan nation. What?
You don't ever want to see that.
So the beginnings of realism are rooted in the claims that French former automobile journalist and race car driver Claude Vorilhon, in his books The Book Which Tells the Truth, 1974, and Extraterrestrials Took Me to Their Planet, 1975, Vorilhon alleges that he had alien encounters with beings who gave him knowledge of the origins of all major religions. Movement traces its beginnings to a conference in Paris, France, of 2,000 people in 1974. From there, the MEDEC organization was born. The name MEDEC is a double acronym in the French language. It stands for both Movement for the Welcoming of the Elohim Creators of Humanity and for Moses preceded Elijah and the Christ. A bunch of fucking Micadies again.
Here's the alien that he saw.
Whoa.
Tell me that's not Michael Jackson.
That's Michael Jackson and Jesus had a baby.
Right?
Both had fake noses. That's scientifically proven, by the way. They dug up the bones.
It's craziness.
Well,
there was so much more, but we could do a whole nother episode just on that.
So, Tach, after your extensive research into religions, the one religion you didn't bring up as the craziest of all was Christianity. I figured that would have been number one.
It's so funny because I think I know you too well. Because I was thinking about this and I was like, I bet you that you would say something just like that. Crazy, and you're not too far. Like, okay, here's the thing. Like, I was reading about some of the stuff. Like, let's take that one religion, the Prince Philip religion, okay? So we say, oh, this guy came to, and these people worship this dude. And we go, they're fucking nuts. He's just a dude.
Yeah.
You know? But guess what? So was Jesus. He was just a dude that came in somewhere, and people were like, holy shit, and there's a whole religion around him now.
I guess that's a good point.
I mean, so some of these that seem wacky, maybe not so much.
Well, to the Christian culture, some of the things that Jesus did were miraculous. Of course, to the same token, the guy bringing a crate of fucking bananas to their island might have been miraculous in the same vein.
Exactly.
So it's all about perspective, folks. Just
religion is relative, I guess.
Yeah. Man. Well, cool, Tach. That was a great inaugural first run through of a top 10. That was a fun list.
That was a good time. Good time.
I'm glad you went first because my first list didn't hold fucking water to that list. Mine was cheesy. Yeah, we'll go. Episode 2 will be mine. I'll take that one and run with it. I'll surprise you. I got to come up with something better now.
I know. See, I like the whole idea how we don't know. It's exciting.
Coming into a mystery.
Yeah, you're coming into a mystery. I like it. And I'm definitely going to keep working on some more lists.
I don't know the rest of the song. Yeah, we're not good singers.
Call my name. So, so this is our first episode. So what are we doing? Weekly? What are we doing?
Yeah, let's do weekly. And then if we get wild hairs up our ass, we can release 2 or 3 a week if we get some good runs going.
It's a lot of work that goes into these episodes. So I like the fact that we're going to take turns. That way we only got to do 2 a month.
Maybe it was a little more work than we anticipated for a second podcast that we were going to host.
That's all right.
It's all right. It's a lot of fun. It does seem like it's going to take off. I think it'll be kind of neat. But yeah, no, dude, this was a lot of fun. Check it out. We haven't. I guess I can't exactly plug this yet.
We don't have any social media set up yet.
All we have is the name. Check out Twisted 10.
Probably going to be on Twitter and probably going to have a website maybe.
Eventually, it'll be up there.
And you could probably hear it on iTunes and Stitcher.
I'll definitely have us hosted on an iTunes, Stitcher, Podcast Addict, Last FM. By the way, Last FM hit Living Vicariously hard like 2 weeks ago. We get a ton of hits from Last FM. It's almost like they finally announced us as being on there now. But
I don't even know what that is, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us on our first episode. Stay tuned. There's many more top 10 lists to come. And if you guys have any ideas for any top 10 lists, hit us up. Let us know. And for the Twisted Ten.
Yeah.
My name is Tach,
I'm Adam.
and we will catch you next time.
Thanks, guys.
See you.